Howdy folks, and welcome back. This week I have roughly 20 hours of hunting time over the course of 4 days. I went up to my old man's lake property with a great view of the northern sky and looked at stars from dusk till dawn. It was pretty awesome to be under the stars on such a clear night, and my dog had a blast. Man, it is 42 degrees out and this dog decided to go swimming. I saw 4 shooting stars, but only one of them left a nice trail behind it. The rest just looked like fast-moving stars. I also saw countless satellites. While I was going through pictures that I took, I noticed a couple that seem to have captured what I'm assuming is multiple satellites. On the right of the screen is 2 comparison pictures. This is what happens when you overexpose your picture or bump your tripod. These are called star trails. The star moves while you're absorbing light, and it makes these lines. Notice how all the stars have a trail behind them, not just a few of them. The picture on the left have round, normal-looking stars, but a handful of them have the lines. This indicates that only a handful of them had motion while the others remained stationary. There was also a bright light I saw through a few trees, but by the time I got my camera pointed in that direction, it was gone. This was probably around 3 a.m., and I'm not entirely sure if my eyes were just messing with me, so I'm not sure it's worth mentioning, but I did anyway. As you can see, it's not a thick forest, so I should have been able to watch it longer than a few seconds while I scrambled to get my camera. It's my weekly update, now it is story time. Okay, take it for what you will. I will start with location, Dog Lake in Wright County. Just a little northwest of the lake is a waterhole amongst the cattails. Just as you take the road to the landing, off the right there is a small section of woods. Sometime in the early 70s I took a date for parking. There used to be a trail into the woods. I pulled in, a nice night, windows down, making out, when we heard what sounded like somebody walking into the woods. We both got scared. As we left, the headlights didn't see anything. Then in the late 80s, early 90s, I went fishing at Dog Lake, just like before. Just off to where you could see the hole in the cattails there was a van. It had what looked like some kind of antennas. There were these guys, nerdy looking, pants pulled up, wraparound sunglasses. I didn't think anything of it. Sometime shortly after I went fishing again. There was this van, parked off the road going to the landing. Same nerdy guys. I stopped to inquire what's up. They said they were ham radio operators, and that it was a good location for reception. At the time, I didn't think anything about it, until many years later at a family get-together, I was talking with one of my older sisters. I don't remember how the subject came up, but she told me how her and a boyfriend were parked on the road going to Dog Lake when these strange lights came out of the sky and disappeared into the ground before them. I figured this had to be sometime in the 50s. She swears it was a UFO. And that wraps up story time. I'm using a new microphone with software to cancel out background noise, so hopefully the audio quality is a little better and you can't hear my computer or dog having a midnight snack. As always, thanks for stopping by and stay safe.